Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you, right, who joined our program this morning, right? Okay, before we start, I think we start with Surah Al-Fatiha. Al-Fatiha. All right, first of all, I would like to thanks to our speaker today, right? Associate Professor Dr. Faidzul from Vision Lab, Machine Learning and Vision Lab, UKM, right? And then I also would like to thanks to all participants for these sessions, right? And thank you for coming, right? And then for your informations, today we have a sharing session under Soft Computing Research Group, or we call so-called as SCRG. And then in this session also, we have collaborations with the Malaysian Innovations and Design Society, right? Okay, and then I think without further ado, okay, I would like to call Associate Professor Dr. Faidzul for our sharing session this morning on title Sardine Fast Metaheuristic Optimizations, a soft computing based on sardine feeding frenzy. Okay, I would like to call Doctor to share. Right, thank you so much.
Right, thank you, Dr. Sarina.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. Yeah. To all of you, Professor, Doctor, students, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Sarina because of arranging this talk. Yeah. I'm very honored to be here. And then let me share my screen. Can you see the my slide?
Yes, Doctor, we can see it.
Okay, all right. So so I guess this is our first meeting. Yeah, as probably some of you might know that I in my sabbatical leave at SCRG. Yeah, so for all this while I'll communicating with Dr. Sarina. Yeah, so nice to see all of you. Okay, all right. So I'm given like 1 hour and a half, but I think that's too much. Yeah, probably I will spend about 30 to 45 minutes in this topic, and then in this presentation also I will play like 2 videos. Yeah, so probably I will open up YouTube, and we can see it together. Okay, the title of my presentation this morning is Sardine Feast Meta-Heuristic Optimization, a soft computing based on sardine feeding frenzy. Okay. Okay. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself. Yeah. So I'm a lecturer at the Faculty of Information Science and Technology. Yeah. And then I'm a researcher at Machine Learning and Vision Lab. And I also, I was a head actually, the Autonomous Robot Vision System RVIS Lab in UKM. So obviously I'm the member of the Center for Artificial Intelligence Technology. Yeah, I used to be playing robots, yeah, for UKM, yeah. And then my research domains actually are pattern recognition mostly, yeah, computer vision, optimization, machine learning, and most of my applications concentrated for document analysis. Okay. All right. This is the, I would say, the overview of my research domain. Yeah. I related to what I'm going to talk today. Yeah, I have quite um, many many also papers, yeah, journal papers related to optimization, and my usually I apply in image processing and also document analysis. Okay, I think let's start to the topic. Yeah. Um, so sardine fish, yeah. Um, so sardine fish is this topic is not like we are eating sardines, yeah. It is this spectacular marine event at sea. Um, I think this event is not that common in our sea, in this region, our country. Most of the event occurred in other seas, yeah, in Pacific, yeah, and Atlantic. So this the thing that I want to talk for today, yeah. All right. Before we start, I believe if you are long enough in this domain, in this research domain, you will like, alamak, binatang apa lagi nak keluar ni, something like that lah in Malay, oh man, another animals, yeah. So it is we know that um, this kind of research, introducing novel meta-heuristic methods, yeah, based on metaphor of some natural event or man-made process is a common in this decade. Yeah, we can find leaping frog, yeah, flowing water, yeah, playing music, yeah, all this gravity thing, yeah, for the galaxy and so on, the movement of galaxies, all this like a some like genetic colonizing empires. Even I I saw last week a paper on COVID-19 propagation model as a optimization methods. Yeah. So and all this behavior of bat, birds, ants, bees, you name it. Yeah. Virtually every species of insects. There are a lot of things. So this is a common. Yeah. This is what we call it, a process of discovering what nature can help us in the computing. Yeah. So I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware of uh, not really problems. This we call it an argument. Yeah, argument, yeah, by this Sorensen 2015 about the metaphor of fallacy. So it says about the framework why we keep adding more animals into we searching all this kind of metaphor for the computing, yeah, for the optimization. Okay, I'm aware of that, yeah, and all these arguments. So I think this is not the place to discuss why it is a bad idea. But for me, the interesting is this is a research. because most of the animal behavior, they act in optimal way, especially in foraging. Their behavior is actually we can call kind of optimized, based on cost and benefit concept. There is a scientific theory, behind this, how the animal behave and why they behave like that. So in biological domain, they do this kind of research. For me, they act optimizedly. And compared to human, we do multitask, and also we have feelings. So that's why we some of the things animal do better than us. So swarm intelligence involve cooperation of collective homogeneous agents. Most of the time, the algorithm, they involve one kind of animal. So but this behavior, um, this behavior, homogeneous agent, they have a similar interaction. They have because they are within the same species. So like PSO is like birds, between birds or fish. The bees, between the honeybees, inside their colony, the beds, and also so these are the homogeneous agents. Okay, there's one interspecies interactions, which is commensalism. So these are the idea that I want to bring in, where it is a positive interaction between two or more species. But the way they communicate, interact, one species without either harming or benefiting the latter. So the species have do their job, but at the end they can strive get into one objective. So it is a non-cooperative interaction between the species, but somehow it solves the ultimate objective. For example, to obtain food, or in this case is to eat all the sardines. So this phenomena can be observed in many other livestock, or insect, or birds, or plants. So this interaction, they call it biological interaction. There are many other interaction, like mutualism, parasitism. So one of it is commensalism. So a great natural commensalism phenomena that show this kind of interaction is sardine feast. Right. So these sardine feast, let me introduce to you about this sardine feast. So it is a spectacular marine event where millions of sardine are hunted by swarm of predators, while they try to migrate from cold water to warm water. So among the predators are shark, dolphin, seals, tunas, gannet, boobies, pelicans, whale, and even humans. So these predators collectively try their best to eat, as quickly as possible within for probably 1 hour. So one predator doesn't care about other animals. They just go and get the sardines. So it is not no usual lineup and strike lah. So between there's a coordination within the species. Within the species, there's coordination. We can see later. when the dolphin within among the dolphin there's the strategy, among the gannet or boobies there's a strategy, but between the species there's no interaction. Yeah, no interaction, but some might benefit from the others. Yeah. Okay, so I have these two videos. The first one would be similar to the predator is similar to what in my algorithm. The second one is to just to include to you that there are many other predator that join this feast lah. Yeah? Okay, so it's about 2 minutes and 4 minutes. So total is about 6 minutes. Yeah. Okay, let's watch this. Let me check my sound. So everything is. So these are the sardines, yeah? These are dolphins.
Sardines fall back on their instinctive defense, swarming into a huge mass.
Doctor, is there any voice or any
Oh,
background music?
sorry, can
Okay.
you see it?
We can see it, but not no sound.
No sound, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How to
Okay,
check?
okay. Maybe you share in this case. Because you
Let's
share screen, right? When you share screen and then select video, not image. I think there's one another problems.
okay. Let me share the Google Chrome. Okay. Right. All right. Can you please hear the sound?
We can hear it, but not so clear. It's still okay. I think still okay.
Okay. All right.
Maybe doctor can also explain it.
Okay. All right.
Trapped between the shore on one side and the warm water on the other.
Okay. These are the sardines. Yeah. They in their migration. Yeah. So and then these are the dolphins. Yeah. They are chasing the sardines. You can see they use bubbles. Yeah, on top of their head, there's bubbles. Yeah, so they try they circle the sardine. This is a coordinated effort. Okay, they separate the sardines and then they circle. So they okay, they call it a bait ball. It become bait ball like a ball, and it goes to the surface of the sea. Yeah. So then comes this gannet or boobies. So then comes the birds strike at the core or the center of the bait ball. Okay. So they eat.
The big balls form and reform, seldom lasting longer than a few minutes each.
Yeah. So the big ball are moving. Yeah. They are moving. You can see bubbles, yeah. Bubbles circling the big ball. That's by the dolphin in order to trap, and then comes some other uh, animal, shark. Yeah. So some of the birds,
Each other. There's only one victim here. The males have tasted little fish.
so they ignore each other. There's no interaction, yeah, between them. Okay, means that the shark will not eat the bird. Yeah. Okay. Let's open another videos.
Ancient tale, little girls, young plants, future, rest on turtle's back. दुनिया बदल रही है और पाकिस्तान even when more sea lions arrive,
Okay, in this time, in this instance, so this is comes a seal. Yeah, this is initiated by the seal. Okay, but seal not as efficient as dolphin. Yeah,
sea lions need to isolate.
dolphin are they swim faster and they use intelligence, coordinated, and use bubbles.
Fish still have the advantage.
Yeah. So
Sea lions can do is keep the sardines on the surface and wait for others to join them.
yeah, but then when comes tuna, yeah, probably because this tuna come in thousands, yeah.
Changes.
So this tuna change everything and then kind of circling and through the strike through the big ball. Yeah.
Fitting off the sardines escape. Next will appear shellhunters. Excellent flyers.
Okay. Okay. Once the big ball push to the surface of the sea, then comes the birds. Yeah. So in terms of birds, there are several kind of birds. There's the plunge diving birds and the scooping bird that scoops fish on the surface of the sea.
The showing strategy now makes it easier for the hunter.
Okay. So you can see the big ball, yeah? The big ball.
Scented blood in the water.
Surprisingly, the shark will not eat the other fish, yeah?
Predators never attack one another. They work together to corral the poor fish.
And then come dolphin. So lastly, So lastly, then comes the ultimate predator, which is the whales, and eat all the sardines in one shot.
This whale finishes off sardines devoured in
Less than an hour. Yeah, everything everything is finished. Yeah. Okay. Let me stop this and then open back my screen. Okay. All right. So you saw the event, yeah, in the video. Actually, I came when I saw National Geographic video on this. Then I think that okay, this is great. This is a clear objective of nature in nature. Yeah, and then so why not to try? So that's how I have this idea. Okay, so the first thing is to model the predator behavior. So we try to model as close as possible. Yeah. So that's why we divided yeah, the event into two stages. The first stage is actually the dolphin actually herd the school of sardine into the bait ball. Yeah. So the bait ball is not suddenly appear. So we need to model that also. Yeah. So and then the second stage, when the bait ball, we have this bait ball, and then the sardines, uh, it is within the reach of the seabirds. Then the seabirds join the fish and diving, hit the sardine directly, uh, and into the water and catch the sardines lah, yeah, until the all the sardines are captured. So until sardine is captured, for me is until we find the solution lah, the optimized solution. So this how we think about the behavior. So these are the relationship of the between the predators. So we have this dolphin find. Actually, they roam into the space and suddenly find the group, the school of sardines. Yeah. So the dolphin will circle. Yeah. The into bait ball, and then the bird come in until finish lah. Until all are captured. Okay. So there, as you saw here, there are many predators. So we don't model all. Yeah. So we selected three of them based on their distinct behavior. So we model the dolphins, the gannets or the blue-footed boobies, the one that do the plunge diving. And then the brown pelicans who are scooping the sardines at the surface of the sea. So we observe because of this we need uh, to really confirm that this animal exists in the event. So we selected an event in Gulf of California, where the blue-footed boobies and pelicans actually uh, in evident. In fact, they really join the fish. Yeah? So based on the research papers from the biology domain. Okay, and then okay, let's see the dolphin. So the behavior of dolphin. So as I said before, they encircle the fish once they found the school, and then they create the bait ball, and then at certain stage, then we say that okay, the bait ball is actually now is in the surface of the sea. Then we go to the second stage where the birds will join. So the blue-footed boobies, so this bird is actually the school-eating bird. Yeah? So they eat a lot of kind of fish. One of them is sardines. So they from very high altitude, and they plunge into the core of the bait ball, the center of the bait ball. I have one PhD student studying this. The beauty of this bird, when they are roaming in the sky, and when the time come, they make signal to the leader, so-called leader, make a signal that okay, we are ready, then start plunge. Then the leader will plunge into the center of the bait ball, and then comes the rest of the other to the near the center of the bait ball. I mean, to capture the sardines. But the behavior of they make whistle. In the research paper, they call it whistle. They make whistle. So then when they ready, then they jumps together. Okay. So these are the behavior that we want to we want to imitate in our algorithm. Okay. Then the second bird is the brown pelican. These are quite heavy birds. Yeah, they a bit slower in terms of behavior. They actually scooping fish in the surface of the water, and then sometimes they dive, but they need more energy actually to dive in. So they not dive as deep as the gannet or boobies. Yeah. So they only scoop around the bait ball. Okay, so comes the algorithm. So in this algorithm, so we need some assumption. Yeah, we need some assumption so that we can clearly design the algorithm. So the bait ball represent the main target or the attraction of the population, which is all the predator. So it is a population-based algorithm. And then the bait ball will be the center of attraction. And most of the sardine are located at the heart of the bait ball. Once targeted, it will move. Trying to disperse, but they are, at the end it will be a one bait ball. So the size of the bait ball, we call it as a BBS. Then there's no interaction between the predator. So in our algorithm, there is no memory sharing of memory, like location between the predators. Something like, okay, when the dolphin, let's say in this point, then the birds will know the location of the dolphin. No, we don't share the memory, the location. So there is no interaction between the predators. Okay, and then the behavior of these predators, the dolphin. So we want to have this the bait ball. So the bait ball is the size of the bait ball. So the dolphin will circle outside the bait ball. So all the location, the spot, must be outside the bait ball. And then the boobies will plunge at the core the center of the bait ball. So the core, the center, we call it, yeah, here. The center, we call it as a DSS, yeah. And then the pelican will scoop within the bait ball, yes, somewhere inside the bait ball, yeah, but not outside. Yeah? So that's how we define and define the space, yeah, in the algorithm. So as usual, in any other optimization algorithm, yeah, that uses step size or motion, yeah. So the position of the new position for new predator is defined by this formula, where this actually a predator at the new solution, yeah, t minus t plus 1 for this kind of predator is actually based on the best predator in the previous solution, and this one is actually the center, the core of the bait ball. So usually the center of the bait ball is obtained by the boobies, the gannet, the bird. Yeah? So the bird actually do the intensification and get into the best solution. So we say that would be the center of the bait ball. Bait ball. So this is the center of the bait ball. But this X best is usually get by the boobies. Yeah. And then so this one is the range, yeah, the search spot range, which is either DSS or SSS, and this D is the direction. Yeah, we either it is a positive or negative value in the space, and this is a normal distributed random, yeah, function. Okay, so it is something, if you are familiar with PSO, the vector, yeah, so this is kind of the version of vector in this algorithm. Yeah. Okay. So and then the fourth step. So each predator represented as a solution. So in solving the problem, each predator is replaced with the solution of the problems. So the best solution, which is the center of the bait ball, is dynamic. It's a moving. Yeah. Okay, and the predator, based on the current position of the bait ball, must correct their position. Okay, so if the bait ball move to here, then the rest of animal, the predator, will move towards the bait ball because that will be the attraction. Okay, so to mimic the real fish, we divided as what I said. The stage 1, the dolphin will circle, yeah, and then we will move to second stage by a preset threshold value, yeah, set by the BSS. So this is one parameter that we need to use, and then the second stage, the circle, the boobies, and the pelican until the algorithm finish and ends. Okay, so the dynamics of the fish, yeah. So we need to have these features, yeah. The dolphin always move to the best position to trap the schools, and then the best position is the dolphin which has the nearest position to the school of the sardines. So the school of the best position is when we test our objective functions. Then when we get that best, then the dolphin will roam yeah, towards that position. And when we reach the threshold value, then then the dolphin will circle, then comes stage 2 lah, yeah. So in this stage 2, the birds will correcting towards the big ball. So if any of them find the better, than the current leader, it become a leader. Yeah, this I'm talking about the birds. Yeah, and then the dolphin will keep searching outside the big ball and circle it. Yeah, so these are the dynamics of the algorithm. Yeah. So what happened is that when we do this, yeah, we actually creating this intensification and diversification, where the intensification is when the boobies and pelicans eat at the center of the bait ball. So that is intensification. So if we have the problems, yeah, if I can draw here, let's say our problem is maximized. So intensification is when we do this up to the point, yeah. So that will be the intensification of the done by the birds, yeah. Diversification is the when the let's say we have two pig, yeah. If we have two pigs, okay? So yeah, diversification is when the dolphins searching outside the big ball, and let's say stumble into another valley or another peak here, then we can search to a different peak, and we can say that um, theoretically the big ball is moving towards another peak here. This is the visualization. If we look it into a computing aspect, it is like this lah. Yeah. So we are moving toward another peak. Yeah. So we can say the big ball is moving here lah. Now the big ball is here. So the diversification is done by the dolphins, and intensification is done by the birds. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is the flow chart of the algorithm. I think in metaheuristic algorithm, these are the common, yeah. Initialize the parameters, the population, yeah, the predators, object, initialize it, and then move the dolphin randomly in the search space to find the big ball, calculate the objective functions, yeah, each dolphin. So the dolphin found the sardines, and then based on the threshold, yes. If not, then roam again and find the value, the best value. And if yes, then comes the the main event, yeah, where the dolphin circling, boobies punch, and then pelicans and scoop, and then we search, check the objective functions. Is it okay? And then is it up to the point of termination, into what position that we want to get, and then if not, then do it again until we have the best solution. So this is basically a common flow in the optimization algorithm. Okay, and then we see that these are the parameters. We have D, B, and P in the population, dolphin, boobies, and pelican. We have like 4 parameters here. Okay, 4 parameters that we need to define: the bait ball size, the diving spot for scooping spot, and also best sardine show. So this parameter as I previously speak out in the algorithm. Okay, and then so implementation. We done a code in MATLAB, and then we benchmark the common function, Schubert, Michel-Weiss, yeah. So then we run it like 100 times to make sure it is statistically meaningful. And then we set as the precision as the tolerance as 10 power of -5, the precision. And then we report the number of function evaluation. Okay, these are the simulation, some of the screen capture by my students. Yeah, so we can see that this is the contour of the problem, the function, and then we have the dolphin. Like this is the known peak, yeah, the minimum. So then the dolphin try to circle, yeah, and then when it comes to then comes the boobies and pelicans, and then they put here, they go here into the big ball, and then finally they reach the center of the so I think the simulation we have the simulation in our code. Yeah? Okay, and then this is the results. We compare it to the GA, BA, and cuckoo. So we can say that in the yellow are our results. Yeah, it's very fast. Yeah, and then in terms of standard deviation, also better, not that high. So we can say that with the same function, our algorithm is better than this GA, BAT, and cuckoo. We are using the standard algorithm lah. We are not use the improved one. Yeah, we take the whatever that is a default by the creator of the other algorithm. Okay, so that's from our first paper. So the next one it's like our second improvement. First improvement. So we try to explore the new predator movement. Yeah, because the movement, the step size, so it's highly concentrated around the big ball. Yeah? So the new position now is based on the random, but random, what I mean is inside the big ball or within encircle the big ball. So rather than using random movement based on the normal distribution, we explore other kind of movement based on the Levy flight and also based on the Levy and Brownian distribution. So why? Why? Because based on another research, based on this 12 million of data in ocean by 14 kind of predator species. So they showed that their movement is a changing between Levy flight and also the Brownian motion. So the meaning that like the animal, the predator, how they move is not randomly distributed. They use a kind of pattern. The name of the pattern is Levy flight and also the Brownian motion. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, Levy flight. I think for some of you, you might know this distribution. So it is a heavily tailed probability distribution. So if you read many of the papers saying that many animals follow this kind of distribution, especially in foraging. when searching for food. And then the distribution is heavily tailed, yeah. Later I'll show you. And then so then the new position we can generate by this levy walk. So this hopefully if the walk is near to the optimum, it become a local, such as a local search, intensification. But if the step is far enough from the best solution, it become like optimum. Become is like a diversification, so that you won't trap into the local optimum. So these are the behavior of levy flight. On the other side, on the other hand, Brownian motion is a motion that similar to liquid or gas. Kind of similar, but the movement is like it's a particle that move into a subdomain, like a one cloud, and then they go to another cloud of subdomain. Yeah, so they fluctuate, they move like that. Yeah? So a research found that sometimes this predator use levy where it is very hard to find food. They use levy, but if we have abundance of food, then they use Brownian. So this is the motion, the visualization of the motion, the step size of these two kind of motion. So this is the levy flight, and this one is Brownian. And then if we see that it's a very heavily tail, intensification and move, intensification, move. Yeah, this one, and then this is like if they don't have many food, then they will use this. But if there are many food, they will use this lah. More intensification and move. So you see the difference. Yeah. Okay. So so these are the results. So I'm very sorry I don't put the function because the paper is still in writing. Yeah, I'm not. So I have to hide this. Yeah. So but we use many functions. Yeah. And then if we say that when we do this. Levy and Brownian, we see that there's a lot of improvement. Yeah, a lot of improvement based on when we change the motion, then it improve. Yeah, so if you see other people also that use levy, yeah, most of them improve. So here also in this algorithm, when you use levy, it will improve. Yeah? So we can say that the nature movement suit, in term when we model the nature event, then the nature movement also can improve our algorithm. Okay, and the second improvement that we try to do is to explore for discrete problem. So all this while, this algorithm is designed for continuous problems, and then of course once we have this algorithm, we can solve discrete problem. Yeah, so we can try to solve scheduling, TSP, and many other binary domain functions, and then. So in this case, we try to interpret the movement, yeah, differently so that we can compute in discrete space. Yeah. So this is what we are doing. This is done by my it's doing working by my master students. Yeah. Still underway. Right. So the strength of the SFMO, I would say that the algorithm is relatively simple, easy to extend. Yeah. Strength is we have several predators. Yeah. I think it is the first kind of algorithm that have several predators, yeah, that make the diversification and intensification possible. And then early work of the dolphin will reduce the search time because the dolphin do the dirty work first and then get the best point. Then we go for the intensification. So, and then we also say that I can say that the result outshine other optimization algorithm. Okay, the challenges of SFMO, the parameters. I would say that the parameters need to be tuned, and we have like 4. Yeah. So I have the idea on how to eliminate the 4 parameters, but it needs time, yeah, to model how we're going to eliminate those parameters. But we need to study the sensitivity, yeah, of the parameter. Which one is should we keep, and how it affect the uh, converge rate of the algorithm. So there's needs study in this topic. And then future direction. So of course the reduction of the parameters, and then the designing of multiple big balls. Okay, this is interesting. We need to find papers that say we have several big balls in the event. So if there is if in nature there's several big ball, probably we have a big ball, and then means that the dolphin and the birds, they are divided by the big ball. Probably here we have, there we have, yeah. So it's very interesting, because we need to study, because in our problem we have many peaks and valleys. So if we have multiple big ball, means that we can explore the valleys, 2 or 3 valleys differently in the same time, yeah. But we have to balance with the number of population. If we have many population, then many predators, then our cost will be increased also. So this is a very great to study if we have multiple big balls. And then to add more types of predators with a new behavior, we need predator with a new behavior. We don't need more birds to like do the intensification. We need to study another behavior lah. And then probably designing predator with memory. Maybe the bird have kind of memory, or the dolphin, yeah, or probably we need to use human in the feast, yeah. And then we can apply this SFMO for multi-objective problems, yeah, that you can do, and hybrid it into with other kind of algorithm. It might be useful lah, yeah. Okay, I would like to. I think that's all for SFMO. I would like to give credit to my student Fitranto, Panji, Saiful, and Rizawati for their works related to this topic. Yeah, and then I want to end with this quotes. Yeah, clearly animal know more than we think, and think a great deal more than we know. Yeah, this is by Erin Pepperberg, a researcher in cognitive animal cognitive. Yeah. Right. With that, I thank you. Right.
Right. Thank you so much, Doctor, for sharing session today. Right.
Okay.
Okay. I think we learned a lot, especially in terms of how we can apply this Sardine fast meta-heuristic optimizations technique into our study, especially for the students, especially for postgraduate students. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Right, I think I would like to open our Q&A sessions. If there is there any questions from the floor from others? Okay, if there is, I think, okay, we have a questions. Okay, Nahrul Khair, if you can on your video, is it okay? You on your video and ask directly to Dr. Faidzul. Right, please, could you ask? Could you on your video and also unmute? Unmute, please. Unmute, please. Mr. Naru, could you unmute, please?
Assalamualaikum. Can I ask question?
Okay, yes, please. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Dr. Faidzul, for interesting presentation.
Right.
Can you share with us what type of problems that can be solved using this Sardine fish algorithm? Maybe some example from industry problems or real life problems. Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Right. Okay. In this algorithm, the algorithm move in the continuous space, continuous space, and then we can all this while we tested in the benchmark functions, and then regarding the real life problem, there are many continuous problem real life one. What I can remember is in the engineering field. For example, spring design, welded beam, spring design. So I think in this engineering problem, they have a objective, a value. They have several variables, and then, for example, 5 variables, and then for each of these variables, it has a constraint. For example, value should within this range, and this value, the second value should more than 100. The second value should less than 5, for example. So this kind of problem, a lot of variables have constraint and is in the continuous space. What I mean is not like yes or no. It is in the real number, and then there's the solution already. What is the best solution for this number? All these 5 numbers, and then you want to know the maximum or the minimum. Then it can be applied lah. So as far as what I can remember in engineering, they have a spring design and welded beam. And I think in that paper there's many more in the engineering domain.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you so much for your answer, Doctor. Right, and then we have the next questions from Dr. Nazida. Dr. Nazida, could you on your video, please?
Okay, Assalamualaikum, Dr. Faidzul. Okay, it is a great pleasure listening to a very interesting lecture today. I have one question. I've been working with PSO before, it seems like in PSO, the number of particles doesn't really matter in terms of the effectiveness of the algorithm itself. But for the this algorithm, the Sardine algorithm, is there any ideal number for the dolphin? For the boobies in this case?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. As far as in our first paper, the ratios that we use is four dolphin, four boobies, and three pelicans. We uniformly use that ratio. In terms of for me, the boobies, we need more boobies, yeah, because of the intensification, and then um, and when the problems has many peaks, yeah, many peaks or valley, then we need there's a diversification that predators that do diversification more than this. I would say that the dolphin and the pelicans do like two jobs, intensification and diversification. So we need more dolphins, yeah, since we don't adapt the multi-bed ball, so only one bed ball. So that's why when it comes to problem with multiple peaks and valley, we need more dolphin than the gannet or the boobies. The boobies, for me, I think four is good, yeah, because the intensification will be very small, yeah, very small. For me, not too much on the boobies because it has a in this algorithm it has a one purpose. One purpose, main purpose is to do the intensification. That's my answer.
Thank you.
Right. It is very interesting that we need to yeah to understand and also to balance, yeah, to balance the number of the population.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Anna, for your questions. Right, so, and also thank you to Dr. for your answer. Right, okay, there is another thing. Is it possible, Doctor, for you to demo how we can utilize these new algorithms or techniques? Is it okay? Is it possible?
Demo? You mean
Yes,
demo?
some sort like demo. Some sort like demo. Is it possible or not possible?
I have MATLAB in my laptop.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay, let me. Okay, I put up QR code. Yeah. Let me copy. In this folder, I put our first paper, the MATLAB code, and also slide of for today. Where to give? Okay. I put in chat the link. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So means that you can have the code. Okay. Let me start my MATLAB. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I try to.
Doctor, there is also another questions
Okay.
from Chiu Po Chan. Okay, Chiu, you wants to ask the questions? Chiu,
Oh,
please.
yeah. Do you face a local optimal problem? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. We sometimes we stumble into the local optimal problems. As I said, it depends on the how we design, we arrange, we select the number of the predators lah. Yeah? We and how we define the size of the bait ball. So if the size of the bait ball is big enough to cover 2 or 3 valleys, let's say this is the bait ball, so we have valleys like 3 valleys in the area, then it can tolerate lah. So if the valley is like, let's say in the west and the east, there's 2 valley that is separated in a greater distance. So we are relying on the dolphin to discover another peak of valley, which will take a time lah. That's why I said that if we do the multi-bait ball, it might solve lah that problem. It depends on in the problem lah. Yeah. In that case, then you need to embark with more dolphins lah. Yeah? More dolphins. Is it okay? Po Chen?
Thank you. I have another questions. How do we detect the local optimal problem?
How do we detect? If it is function, then you can visualize lah. You can visualize the surface of the problem. If we have real world problem, and then if we stumble into a solution we reach a solution, we always reach to a solution, but that solution is not the best. That is not what we call it, that's not solve all the constraint in the problem, then we can conclude that we are in the local minimum. Means that we reach that point, but we fail to reach the global ones lah. In real problems, we cannot see that local minima until we reach that. We reach the solution, but that solution is not 100% correct. It's not the optimum one, but every time we run, we reach that point. So that's the local minimum lah. Yeah. Okay.
Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes,
Putra?
clear.
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
clear. Thank
Right.
you.
You're welcome. Right. Okay, Doctor. So we continue with the demo. Is it okay? Is it possible, Doctor?
Okay, I'm trying to open it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me share. Okay, I give this code. Yeah. This is collected by my students. Yeah. Okay. So our Sardine code is actually just this Sardine.m. Okay, Sardine.m. Okay. Right. And then this is the algorithm lah. The algorithm. Where we generate the dolphin randomly. we find the best dolphin. This is in the first stage, first stage. Okay, and then comes to this is the threshold. When we reach that threshold, then we say that the bait ball is already on the surface of the sea. Then we move to the second stage where comes the birds. Then comes the birds, then we have the pelican, the boobies, and the dolphins. So this is the randomized, and then this one is to plot, just to plotting, and then we get find the best predator based on this one. The pelican is we randomize near within the bait ball. The boobies is at the center of the bait ball lah. So this is SSS and this is DSS. The dolphin is randomized outside the school, the fish outside the the bait ball. So these two at the core of the bait ball. This one is outside the bait ball. Okay, so the functions, the formula that I shown to you is this one. This one near predator. This is the formula that I give in the slide. Okay, so this is the algorithm. Then I think my student already put the or another MATLAB file. This is to run the experiment. So this is like four boobies, 3 pelican, 4 dolphin. What would be the BBS, DSS, SSS, all this. And then this is the 10 minus negative 5 tolerance. So just we loop, run the sardines, and we get the function of iteration, function evaluation. This is the standard deviation, minimum, maximum. This is the iteration. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this. I think because I enable this visualization. Let's try without this visualization. Yeah. Which one? Run. Yeah, something like this. So by having this, you can collect collect based on functions that I think this function is the standard one that they get from the MATLAB community. Yeah. So by here you can collect the numbers lah. Okay. So that's how we can utilize this code. Is it okay, Dr. Sarina?
Very interesting, Doctor.
Uh-huh.
And also, I think this is a creative idea. Right. Okay. I have some sort of like a last questions, Doctor. Okay.
Okay.
Some sort of like what you did before. Okay. You tried to apply from the existing phenomena to algorithms. Okay. If we want to extend any algorithms such as what you did, Doctor, what we have to consider, Doctor?
Extent of existing algorithm lah.
Yes, either we wants to extend it or we wants to come up with a new idea of the techniques, so or algorithms. So what we have to consider?
Okay. When we explore this optimization, yeah, it's all about movement and space. Yeah, movement and space. So when I explore the algorithm cuckoo B before, so I see that all this algorithm plays around the idea of movement and space. So movement is how we go from one location to another. That's if a PSO is the vector, and the space is like where I would say that where the location that you want to roam. Yeah. So if we can build algorithm that has a unique movement, and that sensitive to what we call sensitive to the space, the value of your objective functions, yeah, then will be great. Something new lah, yeah? Macam it's like a levy flight, yeah? Where you do intensification and jump very far and do intensification, jump. So that's a movement, yeah. So if we can have a different kind of movement, yeah, and then we test it to be very good in exploring the space, yeah, then I would say that you get a new idea lah, get a new idea. But this sardine fish is the idea of combination, to combine different type of movement, yeah. That's the idea. You can use one homogeneous agent, I mean one type of agent, one type of object, but the movement include intensification and diversification together with that movement. Then you don't need other type of predator or other type of agents, yeah. So in now cuckoo search, yeah, for example, that's a parasitism concept that's combine both, yeah. In one agent you can have intensification and diversification. So if you can go outside of those ideas, yeah, what we have now, then I think that you can get a new idea lah. And then But if you are extending an existing algorithm, you can also go into the movement lah. But always the issue is to avoid the local minimum lah. How we can not too fast to jump into a local minimum, and then it's a good to have to avoid it in the early stage. That so that's a tough problem lah. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your details explanations on it. Okay, Doctor. Right. Okay. Is there any last questions from the floor, from others, from our participants?
Okay.
Your
You're
questions,
welcome.
please.
Okay.
Right. Okay, Doctor. Okay. In terms of the validations, is it similar with other techniques?
Okay.
Or different?
Okay. Validation. I was in one PhD viva. One student extending the end colony optimization. And then he's like extending and say that, oh, I asked the panel asked, why, how do you get this idea? Why you say that this end behave like this? And then he said that, oh, I just coincidentally like see them doing that kind of movement, just spend like 1 hour, see what kind of the movement in my wall of my house. So that kind of but it's not the scientific way how to explain lah. So to verify the model, usually best way is to get an expert lah, in the field of biology. We was in this discussion with an expert, in this field, and then he suggested some papers, and then we suggest that we really need to make sure that behavior is a real one, the nature, and you can cite the where the proof of this nature. So that is done by my student. So that's the verification of the modeling. So the implementation wise, you need to use the standard library lah, available in the internet, so that you are not creating your library. I mean, especially the benchmark function by yourself. You tend to have um, your typos or something like that. And then in terms of the benchmarking, and then you use the well-known benchmark function. I think Professor Yang from the Oxford, he published a one paper book chapter, I think, of the benchmark function only. So it explains details on the purpose and the properties of the benchmark function. I think that's good. And then it's also good to test a real world problem that has the known best value, so that we can test whether our algorithm can do the job lah. Okay, that's the verification lah, whether our algorithm is correct or not.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you so much for your answer, Doctor. Right.
Yeah.
I think we don't have any questions, right, from our participants here. All right. So I think we already currently 11:35. So I think we need to end this session, right? First, okay, I would like to thankful to Dr. Faidzul for this sharing session, right? Thank you so much. Okay, because you give us a creative way, okay, how to think on the on some sort like if we want to think more, we can do it. Okay, so we can suggest or we can come up with the new optimizations technique, especially. Is it right, Doctor?
Yeah, inshallah.
It's possible, right? It's possible
Yeah.
for others, especially for our postgraduate students, right? Okay. I think we end up we will end our session, right? Okay. If you have the last word, Doctor, for others.
Okay. Thank you for having me in this session. Yeah, I would like to thank you for your attention, and then I will be glad to answer if you have any question regarding this algorithm, and if you want to collaborate in this domain also. I believe if not me, then in my school, in my faculty, I think there are few professors in this area with they also have their own algorithms too. I think
Yes,
in,
yes. I still remember one of them is it Prof Fatima, something like that? Is it Prof Fatima?
Prof
Fatima.
Masri, Prof Salwani.
Yes. Okay. Right. Yes, that's right.
And
They also try to propose a new algorithm, right? It's some Fatima is the name of the name of the algorithm is Fatima something. I can't remember it.
I know
That
that
one is
about
information retrieval. That one is for information retrieval.
okay.
Right.
One of them is like how the hair grow.
All right.
So that's also have the model it also.
Yes. That's right. Right.
So
Okay. I think before we end our session, so I think we have to. Can we have a photo session? Is it okay?
all right.
With others? Okay. Okay. Please on your video, everyone. Okay. Wait. All right. Because I tried to. Okay. 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 Wait. Okay. Dr. Adnan, and then others. Okay. Please on your video. For a while, right? Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Wait. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, especially to our speaker, Dr. Faidzul, and also
Welcome.
to others, right, who joined until end of this session, right? I think for that, we end our session with Suratul As and Tasbih Kifarah. Okay, thank you so much, Doctor,
All right.
for your time.
Yeah.
Right.
You're welcome.
Okay.
See you again.
Okay.
All of
Bye.
you.
See you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay.